Hello friends, and welcome back to Starfield. We are at Mast, and we are going to meet Hadrian, at Mast. Go.
Captain! Over here!
Hello, that's me. I'm the captain.
The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier.
Yeah, I read your personnel file.
So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there.
I made the
My
xenomorphs.
relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy. They called him Ve Victus, woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin, a title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come.
You were kicked out, though. It didn't work. Yeah, no, he was... Why did the UC want to clone him?
He would have happily told you he was one of the greats. Ultimately, though, it didn't matter. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death, on both sides. Freestar Collective and UC. Military and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned.
I ain't scared. Yeah, let's shame her.
That's not an unfair assessment. But what we're doing now, I'm really trying to set some things right here. So your help means a lot more than I figured you might realize. I just thought you ought to know. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast. Or if you've got any last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out here.
No, I don't have any questions.
Then I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
I'm on it.
Sounds like our cue.
Let's research. I want to go down there. Or up there? I don't actually know. How did you beat me here? Cheated, clearly.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report.
I am?
You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Required the utmost urgency.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hope we'll determine here today. So now, we have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
Yeah, I don't care about the apocalypse. Let's just say data.
That is something to consider. Though we also have to take into account the nature of the data you require.
Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium.
Tell him.
I would also ask how many deaths the cabinet requires to act. 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
I shotgunned him down. Yeah.
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
True. What if one's here?
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
I'm inclined to agree.
As am I.
I suppose that does get to the heart of the point, doesn't it? Very well. I consent. The galaxy was lucky you were here today, Captain.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to... What was that?
Attention. An incident has occurred.
There is one here, isn't there?
Town engaged.
Incident. Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorph.
More attacks.
Just as predicted.
Good God. There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our standards.
Yeah, the explanation is someone is
There will be
releasing
plenty
them.
of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well,
I am right here.
we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on the cutting edge of technology. Captain, I'm right behind you. So let's get down there.
To the NAT station.
You! The EM rifle, grab it! Now!
Stop! That's it. We're trying.
I have to get put down. Put down the children?
Hit him with everything you've got.
Hey. What? Would you stop killing him?
Thank you for what you did. We didn't want to hurt them.
The way those people were acting, I've seen this before. They were under the Terramorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some Terramorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire.
I am gonna
Keep
kill
that EM
everyone.
weapon at the ready. Well, you better keep that EM weapon loaded then. Now let's move.
That's not what I
That's
said.
unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
Fine. Can't believe you pukes. You're making me drop this. And I should favorite that. Probably gonna need it. Even though ideally I'm gonna pop in, kill the Terramorph, and leave.
Shoot it! You might back up. Just stand there.
My God, can you stop shaking my screen? I'm trying to shoot you here. Oh, it's trying to like mind control me. Alright, this one's a little bit tougher.
You've lost. You're never gonna win. They always win.
Can you stop that, please? Yeah, yeah. Let's go to it.
All sides! They're all around us! Fall back! Fall back!
A lot of experience.
Thanks, buds. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad. We're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before. Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
Which is not at all. What kind of supplies we got? There ain't no supplies in here. You're a liar. Alright. Yeah, no, hang on. I want to speak to the fire team. Hi.
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your 6.
You guys...
Did you have any experience with terramorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here. But we know how to handle pressure.
like this, you don't.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liability than asset.
We're not UC security. You don't need to worry about us.
Yeah.
Roger that. We're on you. Anyone nosing around here's gotta have a death wish.
It seems a little messed up that no one's mad about me rifling through these pockets here. Is it glitched? I don't know where I am.
That's the best you've got! Open fire!
Still doesn't know, huh? Thanks, Bethesda.
Think you can take me?
Can you get the hell out of my way? Why would you just stand in my way? Like, I know how to handle myself under pressure.
Clear.
Give me your... Wait, what? What? Did it, like, disappear into the cracks? What the hell? Where's my genetic material? Oh, you were, like, hella far away, huh? Come on, man, you're gonna make me... He knows. These terramorphs are chumps.
Target down. Nice work, Captain.
I needed the aromatics for, I think they didn't break my ship. I think I need the aromatics for some sort of research for food. Hey, what's up? Oh,
Guess they weren't kidding about you two.
is it not gonna start?
Universe put the right people in the right place.
All in a day's work.
Like hell it is. I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
You would've lost.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the terramorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Was anticlimactic.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place. Please wait for the all clear signal before exiting your homes. That is all.
Yoink. I'm already over encumbered, whatever, man. Madam President.
Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, there you are. I believe we have some things we should discuss.
Those creatures killed UC citizens. They're not killing anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Captain,
I put them down.
Hadrian, it would appear that the cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today, as well as an apology.
That's right.
Your concerns about the terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
I had some ideas on that front, Captain, but we'll get to that.
No.
Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed, first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative.
Aye, aye.
We do. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. Get you access to those credits and real estate you're after.
That's
So,
better.
Will you help us?
You can count on me.
I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
20,000 credits.
To the spaceport. The
I'm
costs
gonna
of
check
this
in
attack
with
are
Chief
greater
Engineer
than I think we
Kulkarni.
realize.
Start getting a plan together for them.
Hey,
Hi.
Seen these orders. A Vanguard captain. You... Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require. That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second-in-command.
That's me.
I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude. I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the Terramorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. You do know what the archives are, correct?
Yeah, all the banned books are in there.
Someone paid attention in current events. So, then you also know that it was originally managed by the 3 major galactic players. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency. and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun.
God, I have to go to House
Now,
Varun?
the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
Very funny. This is going to be hard enough already. Both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate.
And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here. Though that doesn't mean we can't get creative.
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Varun?
Look, Balmore.
Ambassador Balmore's a challenge.
When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here.
He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval.
Interesting. I have...
Well, these days, they're primarily considered a security
I have
threat.
Serpent's Embrace.
House Varun Zealots, a fundamentalist outshoot of the group that stayed behind when the rest retreated into seclusion, want nothing more than to send everyone not dedicated to their cause to the great serpent in the sky. But that hasn't always been the case. After they ended the Serpent's Crusade about 70 years back, House Varun did take a real run at trying to normalize relations with the rest of the galaxy. It's why they have an embassy here in the first place, why they were included in the armistice negotiations. But then, without warning, they left, leaving behind, to our knowledge, just the ambassador and his duty under the armistice.
People?
Of course, but there is another wrinkle. We're not 100% sure Balmore's actually still alive.
What?
His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting.
Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice.
Yeah, wait.
The Varun delegation brought more than a few of their native flora with them when they set up in the embassy. It seems those plants have been allowed to flourish, making it hard for us to verify what's flora and what's ambassador.
Okay.
I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding the ambassador is going to be up to you. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks.
Oh, neat.
Watch out for automated security in there.
Tell me about Radcliffe.
Ah, the good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable. Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her.
Officially?
Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support.
And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her code.
What are the other tools?
Certainly. See, good diplomacy is all about the careful application of pressure. We just need to find the squeeze.
UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage.
But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell.
So, if you are going to try and access the device, You're going to need to find a way in there without being seen.
Now, we recovered some intel we believe should be able to help with that. But there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information. Maybe even convince to work with you.
Tell me about the staff member.
Name's Cameron Long. He's younger than Ratcliffe, bears less of a grudge towards the UC. He works closely with the ambassador, making him a promising source for information on the ins and outs of embassy life, and someone who very likely hates her guts.
All I need.
All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise.
And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed.
Are they digipics?
Now, if you have additional
Credits.
questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind. Be smart out there, Captain.
No. It sure will not be.
Okay.
Thump, 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 thump.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Sounds like he's got more work.
That's nice. I want to work my way up to General of the UC Navy, and then I'll talk to him about whatever grunt work he has for me. I'm gonna pass out. I'm gonna pass out. I'm gonna pass out.
I'm sorry, but I need sign-off from the Interstellar Affairs office before I can set foot in there.
You gotta be kidding me. It's plumbing, not pastry.
It could cause an incident.
You are a visitor? You'll find the ambassador in our office.
Oh, thanks.
All that security, and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
Yes?
Sorry.
Can I have a seat?
Everyone's a little on edge after the attack.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment?
Well, have I got a deal for you?
What are you? Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives.
Thank you.
Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right.
You heard correctly.
I was afraid of that. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time, and yours, and go? You're really gonna push this?
I'll try the persuasion.
All right, I will give you one chance. One, to convince me. Understood. I'm listening. I think we can work something out. I suppose you might be right. Easy to lose sight of the big picture sometimes. Well, Captain, you make some good points.
I bribed
But if
her.
I'm really granting you access, I'm gonna need the following concessions. Your access will be limited. You can only take out the items related to stopping these terramorphs. The monitors will make sure of it. You go in once, you get everything you need on your trip, and never again. And all research done with the data will be monitored. If this data is being used to save the galaxy needs to be involved in the oversight. Freestar scientists will watch your people like hawks. So, do we have an agreement?
Yeah, sure.
Excellent. Follow me.
You wouldn't trust this face?
Guests can make themselves comfortable in the lobby.
I don't like your outfit. It's very like Mad Max.
They tell me it should only take a moment. And there.
You give me a punch card?
Here, I'll reach out to Deputy McIntyre. We'll coordinate the necessary oversights. Two unlikely allies, I guess.
Sure. Now we're off to House Varun. To probably fight my way in, and he's gonna be dead or something, so I'm gonna have to access my own code, I bet. They wouldn't just give me... like persuasion checks for both codes. Where is Constellation? I've got...
my boss what they're doing to stop new alien attacks on the city.
Oh my god, I can't see.
Sure hope they know what they're doing.
Oh my god. Let me... Let's go to Constellation because you have unlimited storage there, and let me just drop off some stuff so I can actually run. And if you didn't know that, now you do. You have unlimited storage in your Constellation room. It's not this first one, but it's the next one, right? Yeah. Oh, hang on. Tell me more. Carry capacity. Get out of here, skivvies. Alright, there we go. I can run again. Are those my parents? See what y'all have to say real quick. Hi.
I'm planning a grocery run.
I hope you don't mind, but I figured the lodge was just a gnat stop away. I just had to see it.
Oh, this place is everything I imagined. Do you know I dreamt of joining Constellation when I was a girl?
It's a dream come true for me too.
Then you get that from me, dearest.
Neat.
But I'll let your father talk before he bursts.
I was playing poker with the Dean of Engineering, and he had this collectible revolver framed. And when he heard you were in Constellation, well, we worked together to get the piece clean and restored. She fires beautifully now. We, took turns sighting it at the range.
I swear, your father was acting like a school kid.
As I was saying, may I present to you Sir Malcolm Livingston's personal sidearm. All the special modifications just as he left him. He was chair of Constellation about 50 years ago. Anyway, it's yours.
Oh, neat. Next person to shoot, I'll think of you.
Oh, that's a terrible joke. You are joking, right? Of course you are. Well, we'll let you get back to it, but Miss Noel said we could look around a little first.
Yeah, sure. What is this gun? It's just straight up a 1911. It's funny. Can I...
Ms. Noel, would it be
Oh,
all
neat.
right if I brought cookies next time?
Actually, Mr. Cookies, what type?
I make a mean snickerdoodle.
These are all my guns that I couldn't store. I guess I did just get done telling you that there's unlimited storage. Already high powered. Just not as good. Well, I'll hang on to it. I'll put it above my bed or something. Okay. Can't store it there. How about you? Can't store it there. And this is why all the guns ended up on the floor. And now you know. Whatever. Can't weigh that much, right? Yeah, I'm still at 103. Mission. Okay. Off to House Varun. Sorry for the detour, folks. We got a gun out of it, though, so that's one of the perks of having kid stuff, I guess. Pay them 200 credits a week and they give me guns. Weird. The trees are just coded to be platforms. It's funny. Come on, kids, we have Spider-Man at home. Broke my leg. And they were right. The jetpack is fun. I still think that they should have given us vehicles. I'm hopeful that that'll be in our DLC, though. Do. To the embassy. Oh yeah. This is... This is gonna be... Let's pick their security first. Interesting. Okay. Wait, what? Recalibrate. It darts. Perfect. Yeah, before the defenses. That's me being where. Alright. I had to recalibrate it all. Oh, I did not like those mannequins being there. Man, I am pretty sure that I have been in one of these rides. I don't know what that was. What? Oh my god. I'm like physically getting chills. I don't like this. Sneak bonus. Neat. Get out of here. Wait. Hey, you suck. Never mind. I thought I recalibrated the turrets to match me. It's just static. That's that one. That's that. That's that. That's that. Oh. Oh well. I accessed it, okay? Get out of here. Upstairs, so what's downstairs? Inaccessible, huh? My God. Put like a seizure warning or something on this episode. Do. Oh, can't go that way, huh? Sad. This is the benefit of grinding off screen. You mostly ignore a lot of this stuff. Damn it, I leveled. Didn't take me down to 25%. God. Beware demons? What? Shut the hell up. Ta-ta. This is way better. Alright. To the demons. Oh, full of peppers. The perks for rifle damage make such a difference. Me approaching the stranger.
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my My apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss.
Yeah. What are we discussing? I thought for sure he was going to be dead. Yeah, hi.
Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized.
I'm sorry, Venom tree?
But then again, who could cage such a beauty? Eh? Tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Then the embassy was struck with a power surge and then... silence. Has the rest of the city suffered quite so badly?
yeah, back up. That's what the hell's a Venom
Harmless
tree?
spores, you have my word, but hard to navigate. Hence why I was guiding you through the intercoms to restore the environmental controls. And release me. It is the sap of the tree that gives it its... well, perhaps not a topic for this exact moment. But I must know of the rest of the city. Does it still stand?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than later. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you here at such an opportune moment. You were sent by the UC. That much is obvious. Who else could just waltz through my door? And the broadcast spoke of terror morphs at the spaceport. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused cheerleading and... an archive code.
Mm-hmm.
So the UC requires information, then. On terror morphs, presumably. Do I see this all clearly?
You do. Yeah, Serpent's Embrace.
I was not expecting a fellow believer on my doorstep. Yeah, the preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. Using its data to prevent more attacks, there is logic there. But if I am to grant you access, I have a requirement. For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. We founded this embassy with hopes of shedding that legacy. With little success. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. Ensure House Varun's legacy is more than just carnage. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil ends. Oh, you must assure me this will be used to save lives, not endanger them.
In the name of the Great Serpent.
Create the legacy that our people deserve. Please, follow me.
Yeah, but first, let me look at what did I steal from him? Ooh. Sleek. It's going on my backpack. It's cool. It's going on my backpack stand at my house, which I will show you guys next time we're in Aquila. Are those more backpacks?
Let's hope it still
No.
works. And there. Let it be used for good.
Thank you. Turn to the Office of Interstellar Affairs. Get here. Oh. Where's the key card? Now I'm curious.
The Great Serpent, guide your path. House Varun commit. This was said at the time to be the desire of the Great Serpent, and I do not believe the Serpent decides such things on a whim. So, when my brethren left, I remained, honoring the Serpent's will as I saw fit, as is the right of all his followers.
Please leave, because I think the key card is going to be in... That's safe. What? Damn it. You won't give. I'm really struggling here. Probably I'm pretty good at this. Yeah, I mean, then that wouldn't work. So it can't be that key. That's so wild. Oh. I'm so confused. It's not that. Okay. It can't. Can't be that one. I'm making the same mistakes. And then oh my gosh, much better. Interesting. All of that and the House Rune card wasn't even in there. Spies. Hoping it would tell me. In there. What's this look like? Oh, weird. Weird that that's not stolen either. It's got to be somewhere in the embassy. In the embassy. The embassy. Yeah. Really sure where. You'd think being in Serpent's Embrace I would get it, but whatever. Gotta keep an eye out for it as I'm leaving. And if I don't see it, I don't see it. But if you see it, let me know in the comments. Or I fucked up. We got some living quarters? Huh? Why do you think that this fits when it does not? Oh, it does. I'm dumb. Oh, I could have done the robots. Oops. But we got the achievement for accessing a bunch of computers, so it wasn't all a mistake. Oh, I got nothing. Don't want to let me walk out the front door, huh? Doo-doo. Alright. And now let's go turn that in. Do-do-do. Man. Jetpacking around the town is a lot of fun, but you gotta look insane to the civilians, right? Shut up.
Captain, you're back sooner than... Oh, wait. Did you actually succeed? With Radcliffe? And Balmore?
Yup.
We're all in agreement. So the old man was still lurking around in there. Fine work, Captain.
Thank you.
And now, I've already arranged everything with the archival monitors. When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instructions on how to deploy the codes. Follow them to the letter. Here, the UC code piece and an archival access card. The entrance is just on the other side of the plaza across from Mast. Absolute best behavior down there, all right?
No. Make me. But we're ending the episode there. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.